Speaking of Samsung, it's been nearly 2 weeks since the chairman of Samsung Electronics Lee Kun-hee was hospitalized after suffering a heart attack. But there hasn't been any news of him recovering consciousness.
Now, the latest health episode of Lee has trained the spotlight on the succession plan in the technology giant and has raised questions in just how long the 72-year-old will be able to remain as a leader of the company he turned into a global one. Well, Arirang's Hwang Ji-hye joins us live to give us a clearer picture. Now, Ji-hye, Samsung has gone from a mass producer of cheap Me Too products, if you will, to a trendsetter in the global tech industry, and at the center of it all stands Lee Kun-hee. So the question is, will Samsung take a major hit without him at the helm?
Well, Ganyong, in the short term, that's very unlikely, experts say, because there's been a system in place at Samsung for the past 20 years, ever since Chairman Lee successfully introduced the company into the global market. And there's also the fact that Samsung Group is not micromanaged by Lee at this point. But in the long term, experts say Samsung might face challenges in the absence of the business tycoon as he sets up the big picture for the company and can push through dramatic changes within a very short period of time. When Apple came out with the iPhone, it took less than 2 years for Chairman Lee to transform all of Samsung Group and catch up with the rival company's innovation. Now there's a big question mark hovering over the head of heir apparent Ji-hye, Chairman Lee's son, who will have to fill the shoes of his father.
I'm not quite sure if Chae-young Lee, succeeds his role. He would be able to show that much of a leadership, which will, drive the entire entity to cope with the changes.
Pundits also point to the fact that Chae-young has no major accomplishments to speak of in the 10 years since he began taking part in management decisions. In fact, in 2000, Chae-young was leading 14 internet venture companies as the largest shareholder of Samsung. Just 1 year later, all were bankrupt. Yet there's another major hurdle the nation's biggest conglomerate will have to overcome under the new leadership. That is improving the corporate governance, as the Lee family has near absolute control of the entire group while holding tiny stakes in 74 affiliates through a tangled cross-shareholding of companies.
There should be no cross-shareholdings between the non-financial sector and the financial sector. As you know, Samsung Life Insurance is the largest shareholder of Samsung Electronics. That chain must be broken.
The highly complicated web of cross-shareholding has come under fire from shareholder activists. They say it weakens the influence of outside shareholders. With Chae-young having less respect and less support than his father, experts say investors are likely to speak out over illegal maneuvers that allow the Lee family to maintain its tight grip over the group.